guys, my name is Shrads.
And my name's Rita, and this is...
Almost there?
Question mark?
We're back, baby. And we're back with another shoot.
Like this.
The shit. Uncle vibes.
Good vibes.
Yeah, we're back with another shoot the shit. But before we get into it, just a regular spiel. Follow, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. All our long form content is on Spotify. Everything short and sweet, which is not really super short and sweet, is going to be on YouTube. All the links down in the bio. Not only Spotify, actually, on all our podcasting platforms. And you can follow us on Instagram at
ALMST there.
And just love on us a little bit. Please and thank you. Today on Shoot the Shit, I told her to watch let's just preface this by saying, if you do not like spoilers and you have not watched it's not The Perfect Wife. I think it's just Perfect Wife. Something Papini. What's her name? Sarah Papini. You might have a little, no, I think it's Sarah. I think you're right. But we might be giving you a few spoilers. But if you have not watched it, guys, you need to fucking watch it. Yeah. It's insane. Perfect.
You know what I didn't like about it? You know how it would go into like, oh, she was there, and so then it would become all like fuzzy and pink.
Yes, I was saying that too. It would make me so uncomfortable. I hated it.
Yeah, like it was so annoying.
It was.
I remember watching it and be like,
I told my mom that too. Yeah. And like, oh my God, the names, it was weird. So the name of the show is Perfect Wife, The Mysterious Disappearance of Sherri Papini. And I believe it's on Hulu. And yeah, it's on Hulu. What would you think about it other than the fuzziness?
I think I kind of knew, like, I mean, it's easy to say it after, but like, I feel like she was just, first of all, I really thought it was the husband in the first.
Yeah.
He was kind of like
weird.
Yeah, but also like I think that's just like how he is, and like who knows how we would be like if something like that happened to like a loved one, you know?
But how he is, what do you mean? Like in what way?
Because like he was very like when he would talk to the police officers, like he was very like nonchalant sometimes, and then like he would go on the TV and he'd be like crying and then he'd be like, oh, you think it's me? And actually, after I watched it, like after some stuff comes about who was involved with it, and he said that person's name
from the beginning, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, fuck, like there was nothing sus about him. It was just the way the police officers took it. It wasn't about him. It was just the way that they perceived him to be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was him for sure in the beginning, because I was like, oh, it's so easy.
Yeah. I also think like how she had portrayed him, it was like, oh, he's just a really horrible husband, and now he's just trying to play it off and like make it like it's not real. So if you haven't watched it and you want like the skinny, as people say, what it was is basically this.
What the hell is skinny?
The skinny, like if you want like
the deets.
What's the word? Spark Notes version. Oh. Yeah. So it's basically this woman named Sherri Papini. She has 2 kids. Oh my God, the things that she did to her kids too, bro. Fuck. She has 2 kids and she's married. And one day she just goes like missing. She's just she just goes missing. Her husband tracks her phone, and he finds it like on her run route or something, or just he finds it somewhere like close to him, and he goes there, and the phone is like in the grass, and that's it. And then they just don't know where she is, and they've been searching for her. They search for her for so long, and they finally find her like fully like on the side of the road, like zip tied or just like constrained. I don't know how it was.
Chained.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, chained. Yeah. She's like fully like, this man found her on the side of the road, like fully just beaten up, bruised. She's branded on her back. Like, so somebody's like branded her on her back. And she's like, I got kidnapped, and now like she's back. And
I was just trying to survive. survive so I could get back
to my kids. Yeah. I don't remember how long she was gone.
2 days.
20, insane. So she's been gone for quite a while.
At that point, everyone assumed she was dead. It had been so long and stuff like that. So, like,
Yeah.
just assumed she was done.
100%. So that was that. And then she came back and the police are trying to find like what happened to her. They're asking her questions, and all these questions that they're asking, like she has very specific like answers to, right? And as soon as she, like, when she's in the hospital, she's like, I just want to see my husband, like he's my safe space, like he's the only person, like I'm not talking to anybody unless like he's in the room, like he is what makes me feel safe, right? And he walks in and he looks at her and he's like, oh my god, like this like he's just so confused too, because like she looks like she's like battered, like she's like completely messed up. And yeah, so she won't talk to the cops unless the husband is with her. And spoiler alert, long story short, oh wait, let me tell you, she was also saying that she was kidnapped by two Hispanic women, one who was really, really young and one who was really, really old. And the old one was the one who was like trying to torture her and like mess with her and did everything to her, and the young one was the one who kind of let her go, right? Like I think that's the one who let her go. Long story short, she did it to herself. These people don't exist. Like these Hispanic women did not kidnap her, and like her husband was the one who ended up like, because he would not let it go. He was like, we need to find who did this to you. We need to find who did this to you. Like
he felt really guilty.
Yes.
Couldn't like go help her, save her, whatever it is. So like he felt really guilty about it, and obviously, no, but it's not even okay. Like they found out that it was her, right? But the stuff that before that even happened, like
insane.
This lady so she came back home and stuff, and she was traumatized to the point where she wouldn't let people leave the house. She wouldn't let her husband leave the house. She'd be like, oh, a sound will make her feel like really scared.
It'll like bring her back to like that moment. Yeah
or like she'd freak out about something or whatever. So like this went on for years, right? Like
3 years.
Yeah. And to be able to keep up with that stuff, and the fact of knowing that this person was just like, I don't even know what, like the mindset you have to like do this to people around you. Like literally for the 22 days she'd be like watching what people are saying about her, or like, oh, you know, like how much is like her husband trying to like find her,
sobbing online.
Yeah. And like he was blamed for a lot of the news stuff and whatever, and like she was just like watching, you know, because she was just chilling. Like what happened was like she coordinated all of this with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Basically do anything for her.
Which is also wild. Like what the fuck? Like these things actually happened to her. Yeah.
So every single incident that she said happened to her, it did happen to her, but like the bruises and stuff like that, she literally got the guy to like fucking, what is it called?
What?
Like swing a hockey puck.
Oh yeah.
You know, and like multiple times, stuff like that. And she would be like, oh, from the closet, like you need to have a chain that like comes down.
Told him how to do it, yeah.
When she's explaining it, she is coming from a place of truth. She's not just making it up completely, you know? So I don't know, man. The mindset to like be doing that shit, like I don't know what the hell happened there.
She is actually wild for that. And like the whole thing, the branding, the fact that you would go to that, like the bruises, okay, hockey, like, you know, like fine, whatever, it's not fine, but you know what I mean, like it's a little bit more like, okay, it's a bruise, but the branding is what, so it was on her back, and it was literally like these metal things that they got and like burned her back with it, and she made him do that to her. And it's just the thought of also the guy just being like, yeah, I'll do it, I'll do anything for you. Even he probably said no once or twice, but he did it, right? At the end of the day, he did it. But yeah, the whole thing about like how she was so traumatized, she wouldn't like let him go away for too long. She would just, anything that would happen, it felt like what I think probably happened is when she felt like she was losing that attention, she would do something else to gain it back, kind of thing. But it was so crazy because like it wasn't only her husband, like her kids were involved. Like there were moments where like her kids she would have a panic attack, and like the husband would come home and see her kids like comforting her. And it's like, how do you put your own children, like, you know, it's fake. And it's like, not that anybody else was seeing it. It wasn't like she had, like, the husband was home. It wasn't like, maybe he was, but like, it wasn't in full view of other people. So it's not like she was doing it for them. She was literally doing it to the kids. Like, the kids felt like they had to protect their mom. Like, what was it that the son just started sobbing?
Oh, the video?
Was it the video? I can't remember. There was something that happened. And it was, something was too spicy, I think. Was it that? Yeah.
So it was like a home video or something, and literally, like, she was just trying to. She tried something that was really spicy, and she started coughing and stuff like that. And her son, in the beginning, was like laughing and stuff because everyone was laughing about it. And then he started like sobbing, like he was so
distraught because, like, yeah, that's so crazy.
It was like, she's getting hurt again, like something is happening or whatever.
And he's a bit like, they were kids. Like, I don't think they were even 10. Like, they were so young. It's so insane. And the thing is, like, the motive, I still don't know the motive. Like, I still don't understand. So
her whole process was so weird. Like,
it was so weird.
For a while, the FBI or whatever didn't have evidence of all of this stuff.
Yeah.
They were like still gathering evidence. So during that time, like, her husband was like I can't be with this person based on the story that the police is telling me and stuff like that. But then eventually he's like, no, like, you know, I shouldn't trust it or whatever like that, because he talked to family members, whatever it is. So she came back in the house, but like, now you're basically living with this person who you know probably was behind all of this stuff. And like, he was, yeah, and during that time, like, they didn't, like, the FBI never got in touch with them or anything like that. Then eventually, when now they were able to arrest this woman, you know, they were like, oh, we have everything stacked up against her and stuff like that. And then eventually she was like, okay, I am guilty of doing it. But never was it ever, I don't think the motive was ever revealed or anything like that.
So what happened was, how I think what people are saying it, how it all started was, she remember she got a boob job and everything. Like, she wanted just a very different life. And I think it was a moment of, she wanted to be something, and he went to work. The dad worked in the office, and it was time for her to go back to work, right? And so she's like, I don't want to go back to work. I want to stay at home. He's like, okay, if you stay at home, you need to take care of the kids. And she's like, no, I want to stay at home, and I want somebody to take care of the kids. So I don't want to work, and I want to pay somebody to take care of the kids.
In the show?
Yes. And so he said, well, I don't think it makes sense. Like, if you're home, you're going to take care of the kids. And people think that that's where she's like, I want to stay home, and I want the attention. She wanted a different life. She did love him. I do think she did love him, and I think she loved the kids too. But I think she just craved this attention for what she was like crazy before too. Remember, she like wrote something, I don't know, she's wild. Oh, the thing about them, the moment where they told them about the cops, like, sit them both down. Oh my God. So at the end, when the cops are telling him like exactly what is happening, the husband, so it's her and the husband, and the guy goes, the cop goes, okay, well, Sherri, we have evidence of what happened to you, and we know who did it. And he's like, and the husband, the way he gets so excited, he's like, because they say, we found the house, we found, because of the DNA on you, we went to the house and we found the exact thing that you were like describing, and the rooms and all that stuff, we found those things. And the way the husband, he's just like, yes, like, he is so excited to find out who this person is, and for it to like finally all be over. And she's like, no way, like, whatever. And they're like, do you want us to just talk to you, or would you like your husband here? And she's like, no, like, he can stay. I want him to stay. And he goes, well, and then he like explains the whole thing, and the demeanor in him, like, you can see how it shifts. And she does not take responsibility. She goes, no, it couldn't have been my ex. It couldn't have been him. Like, it was two Hispanic women. It was two women. Like, it was the older one and a younger one. Like, it can't be him. It can't be him. And then like the cops leave the room, and she looks at the husband. She's like, I can't say more about her. Like, I can't, because she's the young one. Like, let me get away. She let me get away. Like, I feel like I'm betraying her. Hello? Like, What the hell is happening?
Kidnapped you.
Yes.
You want to help this young person. Like, her whole thing didn't make any sense.
And the poor husband, the patience on that man in that room to just be like, well, you have to, like, you can't not, like, you have to talk about it. Like, what are you doing? Like, and he didn't get mad at her. He was just like, he's like, you're not telling me something, and we need to, like, you need to tell me more, because it can't be it. Like, it's not matching up, you know? It was insane. And then on top of that, the thing with the kids at the end was so sad. So at the end, the dad was sick. Was it him? Yeah, I think he was sick. He was sick, and then he was like sick, and I guess he told his kids about being sick, whatever. And then their daughter's just like, oh, like, you should do what mom does when she's sick. And he's like, what? Like, what do you mean? What does she do? And she like walks him over to the washroom, and she's like, oh, you just, like, I don't know if she'd done it, or I don't know. She's like, you douse cotton in, she did it. Yeah. So you douse cotton in rubbing alcohol, and you put it in a Ziploc bag, and you sniff it, and you keep sniffing it, and it's supposed to make you feel better. And he's like, what? Like, what do you mean? So apparently she's trying to make her kid sick, and it's like a Munchausen thing. Like, you do it so you have, like, they always need you. And even though they're not sick, you're doing what, like, I don't know, man. She's a wild one.
Remember when, at the end, when the dad was, like, trying to talk to the son about, like, different last names and stuff like that, and he was basically like, well, like, what are some last names that you like and stuff, because obviously everything affiliated with, like, Papini now is, like, Sherri, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he was asking his son, and then his son was like, yeah, like, I guess there's these last names and stuff like that, but, like, why are you asking? And then he's like, well, I'm just trying to see, like, maybe we would want to change it at some point or something like that. And the son was like, Dad, like, she did what she had to do, but that doesn't need to now, like, affect us. You know, I think it's just, like, leave it the way it is right now. And, like,
how old was the kid? Yes.
Like, I'd be like, yeah, bitch, like,
yeah.
I don't want to be affiliated.
I wouldn't even understand. I wouldn't even ask the question. I'd be like, I like Stone.
Yeah. How many times have we done that already, you know, in our, like, childhood or whatever? Like,
yeah. I wouldn't even question it. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, up until the point where it was all happening, it was okay. It wasn't okay, but it was something that I could, like, kind of process, and I could kind of give her some sort of benefit of the doubt. But the moment that she touched my kids and she put my kids in danger, that was it. Like, that's when I knew, like, no, she's not coming back in our lives. Like, it's never gonna happen again. Because the whole thing was, she was like, I love my family, and it felt that way. Like, I do believe she does love them, and I think she just has,
though, or was it just like she wanted to do certain things to, like, make sure that they know she loves them, and she's doing it just because she knows that, oh, they're gonna think of me as a perfect mom or perfect wife, or like this perfect person who has everything together?
I don't know, because I think the husband being in the room, maybe she wanted him to feel like, oh, like, boohoo me kind of thing. I don't know. I do believe she loved them. I think she loved them only because she kept talking about her kids, and maybe not the sick part. I don't know. I have this inkling that she does love them, but the whole thing was just like, she just has an issue with being the center of attention, and she has a problem. She obviously has a problem. There's no way that you can be that way and anything you do be justified. Like, that is not what a normal person ever feels or does. Like, the Bernie, what? Also, you know what's so funny? They found her. It's so wild to me that we're talking about this, because it isn't funny at the end of the day, because, like, these are real lives, and it's like when we watch it in a show, it feels like a character. But it is so wild that, like, they found her like wherever they found her, but they have video footage of her running with her arms like this. So they're like,
and then they found her on the highway
chained. Yeah. So it's like, how did that happen? Yeah, it was so insane. But What a wild thing.
Kind of messed up with that thing because like the husband literally said just try to find this guy. Like,
Yeah.
see if like it's gonna be that, and they like completely missed it. And the police officer at the end too, he was like, yeah, I don't know how we missed that. Like, I don't know what happened there or whatever. So like this could have been done so much like earlier. Like, they would have saved the kid so much trauma, they would have saved the husband so much trauma. Like, the fact that he had to deal with all of that,
Crazy.
making sure the kids are in a safe environment, and like making sure she was okay, and then like I don't know.
Yeah. So what he would do, because he was like, she's so traumatized and the police are not doing their job, so I will do the job for them. So how they basically found this guy was because he was like, okay, explain the table to me. So he would make her sit down with him and explain like certain parts of the room. Explain the table to me. What did it look like? Explain what the room looked like. Let me draw it out. Like, does it look like this? Does it look like that? Then he went on Google Images and he's like, okay, this is what I'm searching for. He would look for the exact picture, like dive right in, and then he'd be like, is this the table? And she goes, yeah, like that's actually the table. Is this how this looks? Yep, that's actually how it looks. And it's so crazy that she was honest about that. Because I think that's another thing of her like sickness to me, is why I think she loved them a little bit, was she believed parts of it were true. Yeah, or she was telling the truth.
Yeah.
That
was the whole point of, I guess, like creating this whole, like the rooms.
Yeah.
And, like knowing like how things kind of looked, and like it to actually be what it was, because I think a big part of it was she at some point genuinely believed she got abducted.
Yeah.
Or that like this stuff happened to her.
Yes.
And she didn't like.
Your mic unplugged.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I did. Look, it's literally unplugged. Wait, how did it still? Okay, you're fine. But that was really weird.
How did it just like come off like?
I don't know. Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
She was a wild one.
Yeah, that's really wild. But you know how many times we say that's wild?
You know what it is? I think that's our filler word for not being like too judgmental. But sometimes it's like a good wild, so it depends on the day. But I think there are certain things where like we don't want to say things where like we don't want our like, because we're not being super judgmental. It's just you don't want to say an aggressive word and people take it the wrong way, I think. Yeah. And I think that's like a perfect in between word of it's our interesting, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Speaking about wives and husbands and craziness. Let's talk the Ambani wedding, bro. How insane. Oh, I was gonna show you. So Radhika Merchant and what's his name? I forgot his name. Anant Ambani. They got married finally after their gajillion pre-wedding. I know. Look at her outfit. These are all real flowers. Like all of it. So her wedding outfit, I don't think you can see. Her wedding outfit, like her dupatta, is real live and direct flowers. Like the kind of shit they did at this wedding is insane.
No, they're first of all, they've been getting married for the last 2 years.
No, literally.
I don't understand. They've had pre-wedding stuff, then they've had like pre-wedding stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, I know that they have money. Okay, I get it. You have money.
Billions.
Yeah, do what you want to do with it.
Billions of dollars. Forget like Indian rupee. Like the way billions of dollars will translate to Indian rupees is like something I can't fathom. Billions of dollars. I can't imagine that translated to Indian rupees on top of that.
I don't even know how many zeros are in a billion. Do you know?
I think it's 9. Yeah.
Yeah, because million has
6. Yeah, it's insane. And it's not just 1 billion.
No,
it's
exactly.
like
I saw this recently. $112 billion.
Something like that.
Mukesh is the
his dad. Yeah.
That's their net worth. or his net worth.
But that's the other thing that I think about so much is like they're worth so much money, and I understand that like they are this like I'm sure they do stuff for the world, but like can you imagine how many people who are like 15 minutes from where they live and the disparity in India, like just how much they could pay for?
So it's not even like 15 minutes away. Like there, I literally saw, maybe it's not there anymore, but a picture years ago of like their whole building.
Yeah.
How they have their whole building. They have a big ass building.
As their house. A skyscraper.
They literally have three helipads. Like they have fucking 9 elevators, 600 like servants, like wild times.
Yeah.
But anyways, they have that, and then on the like just across their street there was like these slums.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, but at the end of the day, like I think they do a lot of stuff.
I'm sure they do.
Like they probably honestly have to, like, you know.
Yeah, to justify. Yeah.
But like they do stuff for sure. But like yeah, the difference in their lives and compared to like most Indians there, it's just it's
crazy. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, because I don't think people really knew Mukesh Ambani or the Ambani like empire before this wedding, we can refer to it as like the wedding that Justin Bieber performed at, Rihanna performed at the pre-wedding ceremony, the Kardashians were there, like Kim Kardashian was wearing the red beautiful lehenga, and Khloe was there too. So that's how people associate it to them now, is because of all these people showing up, and they're like, how did they pay all these people? Justin Bieber probably got paid, I think it was like $10 million for a 45-minute set.
Can we just talk? Okay, we have to say this. Okay, so he got paid like $10 million for, what is 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, 45 minutes set. Okay, so this girl that I found, I don't know what it was on Instagram or something. She was like, okay, I just want to look at like how much of a difference that makes to them in their life, right?
Like in relativity, like yeah, like if it was us today, how much it would mean to us? It would be like we'd go bankrupt, like times 20. Yeah.
But the way she broke it down was, okay, so now he's worth 112 billion, right? And then now when you take 10 million and you kind of like just break it down,
like divide it and do whatever. Yeah.
Say what it came down to. That's 0.0008% of their what has actually gone into that 10 million.
It's like $20 for them.
It's nothing. So actually what it came out to was it's $8.60 for them. That's like a
oh my god,
bougie expensive, not even expensive, a bougie coffee maybe for them. That's literally it. That's how much of a difference that 10 million makes for them. So obviously for them it doesn't matter. Like they have enough money.
Yes, but
family that like it doesn't even matter. And it's not even just like his family. Her family's rich.
Yeah, they are.
They have like a diamond business or something like
yeah.
that. Or like jewelry. I don't know what something like that. But yeah, they're like doing really, really well for themselves. So I think a lot of it is it helps their business too.
It also is, honestly, as much as they are doing crazy shit and they're putting a lot of money into it, they're giving jobs to people. At the end of the day, all these people doing these things are making some money that they weren't making whatever time ago. But it's just insane to me, the scale of this stuff. Like, I get it, but I also don't get it. I just can't. I guess if $10 million is $8 to you, you're gonna do it. Yeah, you're gonna do it.
I also think like for a lot of this stuff, for them it's more about how they look when they do this stuff, right? Like the reputation of
yeah
has always been like
grand. Yeah.
Like to get to that level, you like it's not easy, and they want to make it seem that way too. And at the end of the day, like you said, it does give a lot of people jobs. But like, bro, like I don't know, I saw the recent, like finally they got married. I saw the wedding like stuff. It just looks so chaotic. I feel like they've just invited so many people that it looked like a
concert. Yes.
But that's their wedding.
Yes.
So is that the reception?
No, I think that's their wedding, because they did the whole like mala stuff.
Oh, they did.
They did. I saw it.
But and it's
It is so
That's
crowded.
so like it's so gross and like I get it. Like they're so rich that they probably have so many like people that they they have to like cater to just because business reasons or like politicians and like stuff like that. They're just so rich. They obviously have a lot of connections. But it's just yeah, like I don't know, dude. Like I don't think any of the other family members had it this big. I know they've had it big, but I don't know that they've had it like this big with the pre wedding.
But yeah, so I understand all the connections thing, but there are certain people there that like you don't have like there's no connections with the person and
But think about Indian weddings in general. Like they
yes.
take the Ambanis out of it. Usually people would be invited even if the bride and groom or even the parents don't really have a connection with them.
Yeah.
Just because they were maybe invited to something at some point. Now they feel obligated to now.
But do you think the Ambanis care? They probably get invited to fucking everything. Like, do you think that they
care. I think in Indian society, no matter what, you would have to care. It doesn't matter how rich you are.
yeah.
You need to have certain partnerships with people, to have certain relationships with people because that person might know someone else and like then you don't want to look like a dick. Like it could be a lot of things. Work, it's actual relationships. I mean, and Indian families are huge. Like it can add up. And then they're getting all of Bollywood there.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. It is insane. It's insane.
There's real love there.
I do. She's been with him forever, right? Like 8 years or something.
Does it really matter though?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure at first it was like, this is good for business and this is good for both of us. Like he needs a wife, she needs like whatever. And they like introduce them. But I think it has turned into it. At least they have a friendship. Like I can't imagine like being with someone for that long. And then like, she seems like a sweet person. He seems, I've never heard him talk, but she seems sweet. I don't know. Have you heard otherwise? No, I haven't.
I feel so bad for the guy. I feel like he can't like talk in like public.
Really?
Stuff like that. Like so he's not really like the sister, if anything, like his sister is the person that like deals with a lot of the business stuff and whatever it is.
Yeah.
They're obviously part of it, but like he doesn't do like the whole like social aspect of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, she for sure, I think Radhika and that or like the wife now, she for sure is that person.
She is. She's so sweet. Yeah. But did you see the whole thing about her speech?
It's kind of fake though.
What?
You know when they keep asking, "Oh, did you guys eat anything?"
Oh my God.
You guys have, and bruh,
It's like, shut
you
up.
have croissant?
And they go to the workers. Yeah. But it's also, something I think about is like they have nothing else to talk to common people about. There's like zero, like, there's no other relativity. There's no like, you can't talk about business. You can't talk about money. What's the word? The level of how much money they talk at, like a common man cannot understand it. So I just don't think there's anything else they can ask. And they have to do these things for PR or whatever. But I want to show you this thing.
The whole family does it.
Yeah, of course.
Mom will come out and she'll be like, upload, like, did you guys eat? So you didn't eat yet? Don't worry.
Oh gosh.
For you guys. And then I actually saw one recently of like the actual bride and groom,
Mm-hmm.
and it was for one of their pre-things, and they came out and they were like doing a little like photo shoot, right?
Yeah.
And then they come out and the guy's like, "Oh, do you guys are you taking the photo now? Okay." And then they're taking the photo, and then they're like, "Huh, yeah, it's very good." And then he's like, "Oh, why don't you come too?"
What? Never. That's crazy.
Like all the photographers are like,
Oh my God, so sweet. I know, it's crazy. So she did a pre-wedding speech, obviously Radhika Ambani, to she's Radhika Ambani now, to her husband. And So I'll read what it says here. It's from New York Post. So a lot of people recognize the speech. Okay. They were like, we've heard it. Yeah, we've heard it before. So it says a video of bride-to-be who's marrying into India's richest family has gone viral online after her pre-wedding speech seemed to take inspiration from a 2000s rom-com. Radhika Merchant, who's marrying Anant Ambani, the son of India's richest billionaire tycoon, in July, delivered a heartfelt speech during the couple's 3-day lavish pre-wedding festivities earlier this month. Oh, there's not more. It doesn't tell us where. Hello? I needed you to tell me where it was from. Hello? Oh, here. The celebrations were attended by over blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. Like, what?
That's all business stuff.
Yeah. Footage of the speech shared on social media shows multiple lines appear to be ripped almost word for word from the 2004 Hollywood film Shall We Dance, featuring Susan Sarandon, Richard Gere, and Richard Jenkins, Jennifer Lopez. But isn't that so wild? In the video, Sarandon tells Jenkins' character, "Every day you're saying your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it. Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will be your witness." Similarly, in Merchant's Vow, she said, "Your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it. Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will witness it." Many online pointed out the obvious similarities and accused Miss Merchant of clearly copying the Hollywood film script. She copied end of story, one person wrote on the X. Wait, I just want to know if she ever said anything.
They never made comments on it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
However, others came to her defense, suggesting maybe it's just her favorite movie. But then you would say that.
But is it that serious though?
It's just
stuff from other people's like speeches or like.
Yeah, I get that, but word for word from a movie.
Between them.
So you say it. You say. I don't think.
You were saying a vow.
Yes.
You're gonna say, oh, this is because like it's our favorite movie or something.
Yes.
Why?
Because I just don't know. Okay, maybe I think I would say it personally. I'd be like, oh, from our favorite movie, blah, blah, blah. But also, you are a public figure. You know that this speech is going to go viral, right? Like, I'm sure she had no idea. I personally don't think it was from her favorite movie or anything. I think it was just somebody wrote the speech for her and she reiterated it, and that person didn't think properly enough. I don't know. But I think when you are on such a big platform, you have to cover all your bases. Like, I guess if she doesn't give a shit, it's different, but they seem to give a shit. So I feel like you would say, this is from my favorite movie. Otherwise, you're literally word for word ripping off a complete movie, and you're saying that this is your wedding speech and this is your heartfelt tribute to your husband or your soon to be husband. I think at that level, you have to take some sort of responsibility for it. You think ahead for that kind of stuff. Unless they want it as a PR thing where let's have more people talk about it, or I don't know. I just don't think I think it was a mistake and people caught on to it. Because 2004 is a very long time ago.
Yeah.
It's 20 years ago.
Yeah. That's a great thing though.
But 2004 was 20 years ago. I'm still stuck on that. For a second, I was going to say 10, and I was like, wait, 10 is 14 in my head. Yikes. Yeah, that's insane. Anyways, well, thank you for being here to our, I don't know which edition of Shoot the Shit. We talked about so many things, and we shot the shit, and I hope you enjoyed. Like, follow, subscribe, click on your notification bells. Ding, ding. And then we're on Spotify, Apple, all your podcasting platforms, YouTube, and Instagram at
ALMSC there.
Thank you for being here. We love you. See ya.
Bye.